Guys, we are live. What is going on? Welcome to my review for tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw, the January 29th, 2018 edition. And as you all know, we're less than 68 days and counting until WrestleMania 34. And yes, the road to WrestleMania 34 officially began last night at the Royal Rumble, carried on tonight on Raw. And I have to say, this was a very strong edition of Monday Night Raw. One of the better editions that I've watched in quite a while. We have a lot to talk about. There's a lot to cover. And the framework for WrestleMania is beginning to be constructed. We have the Elimination Chamber coming up. So it is definitely going to be, hopefully, an exciting couple of months. This is usually the best time to watch the WWE product. And if you're watching live, I say thank you very much. Please participate in the live chat that will be open throughout the entire video. So, it's always great getting that feedback. So as we go through Raw, break everything down, be sure to participate, and I just want to say thank you all for watching. Let me know what you thought of Raw, and without further ado, let's get into Raw. Overall, I thought this was a really strong edition of Raw from top to bottom. It goes to show that when WWE wants to try, when they want to actually put on a good show, they have it in them to put on a good episode. To me, this was easily better than Raw 25. This blew it out of the water because we had a number of quality matches, some storyline development set, and, what have you. So let's not waste any time, and let's dive right into Monday Night Raw. So we kick things off. Not a fan of how we kick things off here because, of course, it's Stephanie McMahon. But she did announce that Asuka was the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble. Asuka came down to the ring, and Stephanie asked, well, who are you going to face at WrestleMania? Is it going to be Alexa Bliss, or is it going to be Charlotte? We still don't know. Asuka spoke some of her promo in Japanese. We eventually, she said nobody is ready for Asuka. And then Sasha Banks came out. This led to a challenge by Sasha Banks. And we had a match set later on in the night. We'll talk about that. Really good match between Sasha Banks and Sasha Banks and Asuka. There we go. So for the first time ever, that match took place on Raw. Now, we had also 3 qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber tonight on Raw. We had Elias versus Woken Matt Hardy, John Cena versus Finn Balor. And the first matchup was a last man standing match between Kane and Braun Strowman. Now, before the match even began, we had Strowman pulling all types of shit from out under the ring. He had tables and chairs and kendo sticks and what have you. And Kane and Strowman, they battled up into the crowd area, up near the technician area, and up near the announcers area. They all scattered everywhere. And believe it or not, I couldn't believe that he did this. Braun Strowman had Kane down, took the announcer's table, and dumped it onto Kane. It was on a little raised platform. He just plowed that shit right onto Kane. The referee called for the bell, and paramedics are called and what have you, and Strowman's just looking at what he did. He just has this sick, sadistic smile on his face. And how can you not love Braun Strowman? The man's a total beast. He's a badass, and in my opinion, he needs to be in that mix for the Universal Championship come WrestleMania. I'd love to see a triple threat. How you get there, that's another story. But Strowman versus Reigns versus Lesnar, I think would be my ideal match. Like I said, I want to see Strowman in that Universal Championship picture in the main event of WrestleMania nonetheless. We'll see what direction they go in. But Kurt Angle's lambasting him in the back. He's like, Strowman, what the hell do you think you're doing? And Strowman just said, well, this is a last man standing match. This is how it's going to be. And Strowman's just, you could tell he was pissed. You could tell he was irate after what happened last night at the Royal Rumble, losing in that triple threat match. Strowman back in the hunt in the Elimination Chamber. So that's going to be a sight to see Braun Strowman in the Elimination Chamber and what type of shit he tears up in there. So this, like I said, surreal seeing Strowman every week, thinking different scenarios of what they can come up with. What's he going to destroy this week? What is he going to do next week? I love, one of my favorites to watch, Braun Strowman. We had Elias versus Woken Matt Hardy. Not too bad of a match here. Elias was able to get the win here after he hit the drift away on Woken Matt Hardy after some interference from Bray Wyatt. You know, he would rear his ugly head as the Woken War, the Great War, yes, would be never ending, yes, oh, and all that good stuff. So it looks like Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt have some unfinished business. Now, what I could see happening is Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns could have a qualifier, and Matt Hardy might interfere and cost Bray the match. So I still want to see this lead to a final deletion match, you know, at the whether it's at the Wyatt family compound or the Hardy compound, whatever. I just want to see one of those types of matches in WWE. Do it just like you did in TNA, but you know, with a budget, with even more money thrown at you. Got unlimited resources. Let's see what they can come up with. And a match between Elias and Matt Hardy wasn't bad. And it was nice to see Elias pick up the win here. Has a huge opportunity here to challenge for the Universal Championship, even though we all know who's going to win that Elimination Chamber. But not too shabby of a match here between Elias and Matt Hardy. We have The Miz defending his Intercontinental Championship against Roman Reigns. These two had an outstanding match of the night easily. Just the near falls and the interference from the Miztourage and Superman punches, skull-crushing finale to kickouts, near falls. This was a really good match. Crowd was into it. There were some times where I thought Reigns is going to hit the spear here and Miz is going to lose. I didn't think Miz was going to lose just due to the fact that he just won the championship back on Raw 25. We know Roman's going on to face Lesnar for the Universal Championship, but despite that, Reigns, like I said, Dallas and Axel, they initially left. And then they eventually came back later on into the match. And they got involved, and this led to Bo Dallas getting up on the apron. Reigns tossed Dallas into the ring. Superman punched Axel and speared Bo Dallas. And Miz was able to get the roll-up win, so somehow, some way, he was able to get out of Dodge's way, and Miz retains his Intercontinental Championship. We'll see who he faces at the Chamber and then heading into WrestleMania, but I think an ideal opponent, considering that he lost tonight, would be The Miz versus Finn Balor. And we'll talk about Finn Balor and what happened with him later on in the main event on Monday Night Raw, but really good match between The Miz and Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship. These two, their battles have been tremendous, and this was even better than last week. We have the Revival versus Heath Slater and Rhino. They were able to pick up their second win in a row. Shatter Machine on Heath Slater and Rhino after the match. They're talking about the WWE Universe living off the past and how they're going to be better than the past names. So I'm not sure what this is setting up. What I would like to see is the Revival challenge Cesaro and Sheamus to the bar for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I think they need to be built up as they can be number one contenders. Just have to be built back up to that level after suffering injury, 2 injuries in a row. But I think if they could stay healthy, maybe even add Authors of Pain in there, maybe do some type of triple threat scenario at WrestleMania. But it was nice to see that the Revival picked up their second back-to-back wins. After winning last night at the Royal Rumble against the Club, they pick up the win here over Heath Slater and Rhino. With the Dudley Boys, they are officially going into the WWE Hall of Fame, so congratulations to Bubba and Devon. Well-deserved. One of my all-time favorite tag teams. So many great memories, whether it was in ECW, the WWF, WWE, and their run in TNA. I love seeing Bully Ray and his work in TNA. Tremendous the way he was able to transform his career. And then when they finally came back to WWE, great induction. And we got Goldberg, the Dudley Boys, rumors of Mark Henry, potentially Ivory going in. We'll see who will be next. Who's next for the WWE class of 2018, Hall of Fame class of 2018. We then had Sasha Banks versus Asuka. Hard-hitting physical match. It started off slow, but these two had an absolutely outstanding match where Sasha Banks tried to do a suicide dive and she landed awkwardly. I thought, oh my God, she's going to break her neck or something. These two were just destroying each other, whether it was Sasha Banks with the double what was I going to say? The double knees off the top rope. Oh, man, she landed hard on Asuka there. I'm like, these two are going to kill each other. I thought for sure somebody was going to, but the counter into the bank statement, and I thought, is Asuka ain't going to tap here. There's no way Asuka loses here, especially after winning the Royal Rumble. She was able to get to the ropes, but Sasha able to get back into the bank statement. Asuka was able to reverse out, and once she got in that Asuka lock, remember, nobody is ready for Asuka. Asuka, your winner, still undefeated, winner of the Royal Rumble. She's got the momentum. I'd really, you know what? And I also forgot to mention, Stephanie announced that they're going to do the first ever women's elimination chamber match. So, excuse me, if the championship is on the line, what I would like to see is Alexa Bliss versus Asuka. But Sasha Banks versus Asuka. Sasha is a heel women's champion. They had a hell of a match here. Now imagine that match at WrestleMania. I'd love to see that because this was a really, really, probably my second favorite match of the night. It was close, but this was really good stuff right here. With the Raw Tag Team Championships, they were on the line here. The Bar taking on Titus Worldwide, Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews. Solid match here, actually. Apollo Crews and his athleticism. Like I said, in this match, him and Cesaro really hitting each other hard. I thought for sure Apollo Crews got hurt just the way he landed here awkwardly. I'm like, holy shit. Man, this guy is so talented. If only Apollo Crews had a character that you can get behind. And I'm digging the stuff that he's doing with Titus O'Neil. I think maybe them as a heel combo could be a potential act. You got Dana Brooke in there, and at least they're doing something. So, and it gives depth to the Raw Tag Team division. So we'll see. They didn't get the job done here, but they had a nice little match here. Cesaro was able to, and Sheamus hit their finisher on Apollo Crews for the win. So they successfully retain their Raw Tag Team Championships. Then we had our last Elimination Chamber qualifying match. It was John Cena versus Finn Balor. Decent match. I thought it would be better considering who was involved. It was the first time ever. Cena, I don't know if it was because he's away for so long, or if he has ring rust or what have you, but yeah, they just seem to be acting weird tonight. I don't know if it was just me, if I was the only one that noticed this, and the crowd seemed drained from having the NXT, the Royal Rumble, now Raw. I mean, can you imagine what the Philly crowd will be like tomorrow for SmackDown Live? It might be rough. But Cena was able to hit a super AA off the top rope to pin Finn Balor, and I know a lot of people will be upset about this, but think about it. You know that Roman's most likely, if not definitely, winning that Elimination Chamber. So while I was disappointed that Finn Balor didn't win, he wasn't the main event of Raw, it was Cena. So that's good. And I think this could be leading to a heel turn for Finn Balor. Think about it. He's been doing okay. He had a great showing in the Royal Rumble, but he always seems to come up short. And just the way that they were focusing the camera on him, and potentially I could see him getting frustrated, and maybe, you know, he's with Anderson and Gallows, so maybe they all pull a big swerve on us and what have you and turn heel. Now, what I think could happen is the Raw after WrestleMania, say he challenges Miz, but he loses at WrestleMania, and this finally sends him over the edge. He snaps, he just goes berserk. And you could potentially have a ready-made feud. They're one win apiece. Roman Reigns, the new Universal Champion, needs an opponent versus a heel Finn Balor. That's what I would like to see. There's history between those two. Maybe we'll see it, maybe we won't, but I think that's the direction they're headed in. I really honestly do, just based on what we saw tonight on Raw. But tonight's Raw, like I said, Cena Balor was okay. But I thought this was a really outstanding episode of Raw. If we continue to get episodes of like this, WWE, I will be super excited for WrestleMania. You proved we can forget Raw 25. That was what it was. I enjoyed the Royal Rumble. I enjoyed Raw tonight. Keep it going. Will I watch SmackDown? That's a different story. But Raw tonight, I'm giving it an A. This was a really good show. The only minor nitpick I have, and I'm going to go A-, was the crowd. I felt the crowd could have been a little bit more into it, but I understand after 2.5 days, 3 days wrestling, you can be a little burned out. But yeah, like I said, that's my review for tonight's edition of Raw. Guys, let me know down below in the comments section. What did you think of Raw tonight? What did you like? What didn't you like? What grade would you give it? Leave all your thoughts down there. Like I said, Be sure to check out my channel here at youtube.com/DanielGuys412 for all my latest videos. Please click that like and subscribe button to continue to help this channel to grow. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at DanielGuys412 for all my latest tweets. WrestleMania 34 card predictions are coming soon. I will be doing a Royal Rumble review. I got to rewatch some matches just to get proper feedback on it, so I'm in the right frame of mind. So expect my Royal Rumble review later on this week. Be sure to check out my live 30-man Royal Rumble reactions video. It was over an hour long. Check it out. I hope to do more live reactions in the future. Maybe you'll do them for the Mixed Match Challenge tomorrow. We'll have to see, but I love doing those live reactions. I feel like it's a great way to interact with you guys. I love having the live chat. Thank you all for subscribing. I appreciate the new subscribers as well. Hope to reach my new goal of 400 subs to continue to help this channel to grow. So without you guys, it would not be possible. So to all those new subs, thank you. Thank you for the support. I do it for you guys. So that does it for this live Raw review, guys. Thank you all for watching. Like I said, I will be back up here in my next video whenever that may be. So until then, take care and have a great rest of your night. See you guys.